The difference is really, it comes down to understanding how to run campaigns. Before, it was all about, just getting to the people and really mobilizing around community-rooted organizing. But we realized, now that we look back on our lessons, one of the biggest lessons we learned was that data matters. Understanding who is who, where they stand on issues, and how they vote mattered. And so this time around, we really focused on the registered voters, and we really honed in on what their issues were, and we went in and really communicated with them in a manner that we were basically their candidate of choice. And so if you would ask me the difference between the first campaign and the second campaign, I would say is understanding the data and making sure that we utilize that data in a manner that made sense and allowed us to make decisions to win a race.
So does that basically say that technology is really reshaping the political campaigns in the country, and how did you use that on your end?
Absolutely. I mean, we're in a world of technology, especially with our young people growing up and our Gen Zs, right? Especially here in Kenya. Technology is a tool that really shaped how we organized, how we mobilized, because in the U.S., how it's set up, the Secretary of State, that department is assigned to, keep a record of all registered voters, right? And they're all of that information, and we are utilizing technology. We utilize technology to map out the different areas and the different wards within my district to make sure that in this district, when it came to the primaries, they voted this way. So let's tailor our message in a different way. And obviously, besides utilizing databases in that form, we also, look at social media and technology and really how we maximized. We were the young, hip, campaign and bringing in a new, refreshing side of campaigning because the current person who was holding that seat finally was retiring after 22 years. This was an older white gentleman. And so our goal was to bring in a fresh, new perspective of campaigning and a new energy, exciting energy, and definitely including a diverse group of people and not just a core one population part, but really be inclusive in nature, not only from an economic standpoint, but from also a racial perspective, because I represent the most diverse district in the whole entire state of Minnesota. And so I was very intentional about making sure that we were utilizing technology to understand the different population groups, where they were and what their needs were, and then tailored our resources and our messaging around that.
Clearly, what it now seems is like it's time for the young blood, right? So even when it comes to Kenya globally, that is a new trend. Yes. Do you think the young people are ready for those big elective positions?
I think they're ready. It's a matter of making sure that the environment is ready for them. You'll be surprised if you offer a young person an environment and an opportunity to exercise their right to really be creative and what they'll come up with. I take pride, again, in my team and how we mobilize the young generation to be excited about politics. And a lot of the people who actually put in the work, I'm talking about door knocking. In the US, you literally have to go to each door and knock and talk to them about your ideas and your policies and what you want to bring to the table and convince them to vote for you and then possibly give you money, right, to run the campaign. And most of those people who are doing that hardcore work, including phone banking and doing mailers, were all young people, And so I am a firm believer that when a young person is given an opportunity to be creative and get engaged, they participate, and most of the time they literally produce results